Hello and welcome to pmslounge.com. In this video, we are going to be talking about a country which I was very close to pronouncing as Peru, but I got to know at the right time that it is pronounced as Peru. So, Peru it is, and I'm pretty sure I'm still not getting this correct, but let me show you where this country is located. So, this is a country in South America, and there you have it right next to Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, Bolivia. So these are the kind of countries that Peru borders with. And we are going to be talking about the kind of salary that you can expect as a project manager, as a PMP certified project manager in Peru. Now, I'd like to let you know that whenever we are doing videos like these, we basically refer to a report from PMI known as the Salary Survey Report. And whenever we do videos like these, we not just give you the numbers, but we also dive deep to answering questions like what kind of education you should have to be able to make the most, right? What kind of certification should you get yourselves the PMP certification? What kind of industry should you target? What kind of department you should work in? What should be the size of the company that you should work for to be able to make the most? So all these questions will be answered as we discuss Peru today, but I'd like to let you know as well that the numbers that we see are going to be in Sol, which is Peru's currency. So $1 is equals to 3.76 Sol. So that's something to be aware of, as all the numbers that you're going to see will be in this currency only. One other thing I'd quickly like to remind you is that we are only looking at numbers for Peru. This is from the PMI salary survey report. No copyrights infringement intended. All copyrights acknowledged. Get yourselves the PMI membership so that you get access to reports like these, and there are loads of other benefits to be a PMI member. All right, with that being clear, that being said, let's go for the salary that you can expect to make in Peru as a project manager. We'll be looking at median values. This will be in Peru's own currency, that is Sol, and median is closest to reality, and this is essentially an annual number. So 120,000 Sol. So that is what you can expect to make, which is also the total compensation. For some reason, they've not included any deductible components in your salary here. So salary and total compensation remains the same, 120,000 Sol. Now, how has the last 12 months been? 56% people surveyed said that their salary remained the same in the last 12 months, while 10% each said that either their salary got decreased, which is really bad, or they got a hike of 5 to 7%. So that's the kind of salary you can expect and the hike that you can expect if you are in Peru working as a project manager. Now, 29% people think that their salary is going to remain the same. 14% each think that they are up for a hike between 5 to 7% or 10 to 15%. So, looks like next 12 months are going to be good. Annualized salary by position description, and this is precisely the project management ladder. As you move up the ladder, your salary also increases. But the point to be noted here is that a portfolio manager is essentially making much higher than the director of PMO, which holds true for a program manager as well as project manager 3, which is like your senior most project manager of sorts, right? So these people are actually making a bit higher, actually significantly higher than the director of PMO. And this is surprising because for most of the countries that we have covered, the director of the PMO is the one who makes the most out of all these positions that are listed. All right, let's talk about analyzed salary by years of work experience. And as your work experience increases, here you can see the work experience is increasing, and similarly your median salary is also increasing. That remains the same for annualized salary by years worked in project management. As those years increase, your salary also increase. There is a bit of an oddity here with 15 to 20 years of work experience. Otherwise, it's the usual pattern that is followed. Annualized salary by highest formal education. So now we come to the topic that I mentioned earlier as well, and that is what kind of education should you have to be able to make the most, right? So you should get yourselves a master's degree, because someone with a master's degree is making the most, even more than someone who has a doctoral degree. So get yourselves a master's degree if you are in Peru or if you are planning to go there, and you should definitely not have a degree in project management, because if you don't have that, you are making more than someone who has a degree in project management. So forget about any degrees in project management. Get yourselves a master's degree. It could be a business degree, it could be an engineering degree, but in addition to that, get yourselves the PMP certification as well, because someone with the PMP certification is making significantly higher than someone who does not have a PMP certification. So master's degree, PMP certification, and you are good to go. Now, there is a pay gap here which I would like to highlight. Males are making more than females. This is something that I always highlight, and there hasn't been many countries out there that do not have this pay gap. Annualized salary by department. So what kind of department should you work for? Administration and general management. This department takes the cake, because this is offering its project managers the highest salaries, followed by IT, operations, manufacturing, or PMO, the project management department, right? Or the project management office. So these are the ones that are offering 120,000 SOL, but administration, general management, this is the one that is at top. Now, all right, you know which department to aim for, but then what kind of industry should you target? And that's where resources take the cake, because they are the ones that are offering highest to their project managers. So resources include agriculture, mining, etc. This is followed by information technology, and that is followed by government. So these are the kind of industries that you should target to be able to make the most if you are in Peru or if you plan to go there. Annualized salary by number of employees in entire organization. And this is interesting, because the larger the organization is, the higher your salary is going to be. So aim for large organizations, because they are the ones that are hiring at high salaries. But then even the smaller organizations are not that far behind. If you see, a company with 300 to 1000 employees is also offering 121,000 annual salary, which is also at par with what some of the largest organizations are hiring. There is obviously some gap, but it is not very significant. Annualized salary by average project team size and by average project budget. As your team size increases, as the project budget increases, your salary is also going to rise. That is going to be true in most of the cases. All right, finally, let's talk about the kind of work culture that exists in this country, and what is expected out of all of these people is a little over 40 hours. So more like a 5.5 day per week is what you are expected to work, because people are usually expected to work around 44 hours. In fact, if you are a director of PMO or project manager just starting out in project management, you're expected to work around 45.4 hours every week. But how many hours do people report working? And that's where the meat of the discussion is, because 51.4 hours, this is something a director of PMO reports working every week. This is followed by 50.8 hours for a project management specialist. So obviously people are working a bit over, actually quite a bit over, the 5-day work week culture that we usually tend to have. So those were the numbers. That is something that I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope you got value out of it. We have covered several other countries as well. Check out the first link in the description. It will be a link to the entire playlist. And if you want us to cover any such countries in the future, let me know in the comments and I'll try to make a video on it too. All right, so that's all in this one. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.